Welcome back, guys. So I said I'm going to do a trade breakdown on Eurjpy and gold that gave a combined 9RR. Though there was a particular setup I missed. I told them on the group that okay, this is what I actually trade, but I've missed it. But we should see how the follow up will be. So I'm going to start with Eurjpy. So Eurjpy has been one of the JPY pairs that I actually trade. I usually trade USD JPY compared to Euro and other JPY pairs. So how did I come about my entry, and what did I see before going in? Let me take out my position tool and all of this to make it fast and brief. And like I said, I don't add silly abbreviations on my chart, or I don't make my chart look complicated. You understand? I said that in my last video that okay, if I'm trading, I only look out for some important things that will give me the confidence to actually go into a trade or to sit back and watch. Okay, so I'm going to start with my daily time frame. Though if we are to go to weekly, if I want to do my top-down analysis, I usually start from weekly just to see if I can pick any key level. Then I'll go down to daily and like that. Okay, so if we go to weekly, you can see that okay, there is a weak rejection just at this place, a weak rejection, though the candle closed at this point here, but there was a weak rejection at this place. So I actually don't have that trading view that I would have used to clear all of these current price action that will take me back to the beginning of my analysis. But let's just continue though. So let me go to my daily. On my daily time frame, I saw something here. Same thing. This was still my key level. This is a resistance level, and we know that when we break through a resistance, it becomes a support. And again, looking at this right hand side, we had this breaker block right here. This breaker block, though it acted as a resistance to this main resistance right here. This was the main resistance. So price broke above that resistance, which was all of this impulsive move upward. And we know in trading, whenever there is an expansion, there's always the retracement back to the FVG, because market usually creates gap that it comes back to fill. So looking at it, okay, we've taken out our resistance and we have a breaker block right here. Though I'm actually using my resistance as a point of reference, we have a breaker block right here, though I did not use it. So this is on daily time frame. I saw all of this, but I was waiting. I will see add an image because I wanted to go long on Eurjpy. When I saw this trend line, I've got to my break, so I was waiting for a confirmation to go in. I saw this break. I have this fractal trend line. I was expecting a clean breakout. Okay, easy arrow or path. I was expecting a clean breakout like this, then something like an inducement for price to tag and make the market keep moving upward, but I did not get it. You understand? I did not get it, so I had to like sit back for market to do what it wants to do. So upon sitting, I now saw this break of structure here. After the price did not give me what I wanted, I had to sit out and wait. So market now gave me this break of structure right here, meaning the external range liquidity has been cleared, right? So as it broke it, this becomes what our new target level. This becomes our target level. and here where the market started its upward thrust becomes what? My protected level. Okay, so upon seeing all of this, now I have to like wait or look for my entry. You understand? I did not actually have to come and pick my entry at this protected level, because when we have an uptrend, we create higher highs and higher lows. So if this is a low, I should be getting a higher low, right? Since we've gotten a higher high here, this is a high, this is a higher high. So how did I get my entry? After this break, I saw this as an inducement to my point of interest that lies below, which was this. Let me go down to 2 hours. I think it was from 2 hours that I picked the other block that I used. 3 hours. So inside 3 hours, I had this. This was the other block I actually used. So the other block that I actually used. And if we look at it, there was a little sweep here. We have this sweep right here. So this was the other block I used in taking this trade. So this becomes clear that okay, since I have a break of structure, meaning my external range liquidity has been cleared, I have a protected level. All I need is what? A point of interest that aligns with what I need before going into a trade, which was this point of interest here that had an inducement just above it. So what did I do? I targeted my external range liquidity, which was the new high, and I brought out my long position too and placed it, and I targeted that particular area. Then my stop loss was just at this place. I think it was a 5RR trade. Yes, it was a 5RR trade like this, and I entered, but unfortunately for me Xness gave me stop loss, so I couldn't make money out of it. I actually lost the trade, but from my trading view, it got to take profit level. But on my broker, which was Xness, I got stopped out. You understand? So this was it. If you even look at it, so it's just a simple trading pattern, just structure and liquidity levels. You understand? So that was how I got my entry. Though other people that took the trade using other brokers, they were lucky enough to like escape that stop hunt, because price just actually came down to where I was holding my invalidation level, and it kicked me out and went to take profit. So upon all of this, the reason why I even had to go and check my Eurjpy, because after it did not give me what I wanted around this support area, which the resistance level that became support, I had to like forget about it for some time. Then on my Twitter page, I saw Chris. If you know Chris, is one of the best traders we actually have here in Nigeria. So I saw his post saying he's going long on Eurjpy, though our point of entry were not on the same level. So I had to like check and make sure it aligns with what I actually trade, and I got my entry. Unfortunately for me, again, like I said, I got stopped out, but it was a clean trade, just structure and liquidity. You understand? So that was how I came about and that 5RR trade on Eurjpy. So let's move on to gold. I said I'm going to do a trade breakdown on gold and Eurjpy. So let's move to gold. Okay, this is actually gold. If you even look at it currently, the way I used to get misentries these days, I'm really mad at myself. Though I'll also add a picture to make you understand that okay, this was how, not like I'm just coming here to like place my position to and do video. No, all of this, I usually calm down, go through my chart, and look for the best possible entries, then trade. And sometimes the way I trade sometimes in a week I can even stay in a week without getting any trade or entering any trade. Why? Because I have to like wait for what I usually trade in my what I usually trade. I have to like wait to actually trade what I usually trade. That's my strategy, the strategy that I usually use. And I've said it times without number that I usually trade trend line breakout and retest is what I usually like trading. Just my key level, trend line breakout and retest, and I'm game. Okay, so if you see, I took a loss here on gold, though it missed the first time, but when it came back, it stopped me out. Then this was the second entry on gold and the third entry, and currently this my last entry. It actually missed. Had it been it tagged me, I would have closed. I would have had a 5 RR trade running with a target of the external range liquidity, which is 10 RR. That was actually a 10 RR trade. So if you look at this place here, I posted this on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you see that I posted something like this. So I don't want to actually like take all of these out. I just want to leave it so that I'll know so that I will just move to the next trade that comes, and like that. So I trade trend line breakout and retest, which is similar something to this. Look at our breakout, and I had to like pick an inducement level, which was this. This was my inducement level, my entry level, my stop loss, and this was my second entry. As easy as it is, I had to like wait to see if the market will give me what I wanted, and it did. So I posted this on my on my Twitter and my Telegram community that okay, I did not see this ZAO entry at first. Let me just take everything out. If it body. Let me just take everything out. Okay. Okay. So here we go. If we look, we have a descending channel pattern, which is a bearish trend. So right here we had a break of structure. This was my break of structure, clean break of structure, meaning we should be expecting what? A reversal. We should be expecting a reversal. Then how did I get my entry around this place? Having that breakout, this automatically becomes our inducement level, right? This becomes our inducement level, or our engineered liquidity. Call it inducement because price actually created it before breaking structure. So that was our inducement. And how did I get my entry? If we look, we have this 1 hour. This is another block here. This is another block. This was another block that's just sitting right here, just below that inducement. If I should go down to lower time frame, you see that okay, price actually tagged it, but it was the only available point of interest to go long. You understand? There was no other block to use except to want to use this damn part, and it was also mitigated. You understand? So this was the best one to use, and I actually went with it. So upon having missed the first entry, the second one now came in. We had a break of structure signaling a bullish reversal. You know, the first break of structure is what we call change of character, right? Because the market was actually in a descending form, it was selling. Now we had a break of structure. We had a break of structure right here. This was the break of structure. Now we needed an inducement. We needed an inducement to ensure that okay, this market will actually keep going upward, which was this. So we had this I had this zone as my point of interest to go long, and all of these right here were my inducement. All of those were my inducement. And what did I do? I used my position tool to actually pick my entry from where I just marked. Since I missed the first one, the both trades were actually 4-hour trades. I targeted the external range liquidity, and this was my stop level. I think around this place, that was where I had my stop level, and this external range liquidity was my target to leave the market. You understand? So this was a 4-hour trade, and the first one as well was a 4-hour trade, making it what, an 8-hour trade all together. You understand? So it was like this. I think it was like this. It was like this. Then that was how I came about my entries on gold. Then the next one was this one, this current setup that didn't tag me in. Looking at higher time frame, there was a clean break of structure here for under 4. I love using 4 hours time frame to actually pick out my directional buyers on what to do. Understand? So we had a break of structure there, and if we look at this level really well, we had a discount level just right here. This was a total move. So this whole area were our discount level. So what did I now do? I had to wait for a confirmation, but I had to first of all pick an unmitigated order block, which I did right here. You can see that I actually picked this order block. It was unmitigated, it had FVG, and it created this inducement right here. You can see this was an engineered liquidity or an inducement that price later came back to fill. So I did not get into the trade immediately. I had to wait to see if a confirmation can actually come in, and it did. It did right here, because we had a break of structure just right there. You can see that I drew my trend line and added this other one right here, which formed what pattern? A falling wedge. So this is a falling wedge pattern. You understand? I usually trade pattern and structure. So we had that one there, 4 hours. Let me go to 4 hours, and a clean break of structure here. You can see under 4 hours we had a clean break of structure. This break of structure, you can see the candle actually closed well above the previous high, lower high, which was this one here. We had a clean break, so price actually took it out. You understand? And this point of interest here was my entry point. You can see we had this inducement. I did not actually go and pick my entry around this area, though. If I over refined, let me just say I refined too much. That was why I didn't get into this trade. Why? Because gold actually, it's really volatile, and if one picks a zone that is too big, maybe sometimes your account might not be able to like carry the risk. You understand? So I had to like refine to some point to actually accommodate my account, which I did, and unfortunately I didn't get into the market, and we've actually closed 5RR. I was tagged in. This would have been a 5RR return, and since it's moving like that, I might have taken partials or wait for the price for the market to actually run to the external range liquidity level, because in an uptrend we should be forming what? Higher highs and higher low. Since we've had this higher high here, we should form another higher high. That was why it became my take profit level, which is 10RR. You understand? So that's how I basically trade. just structure and patterns. I usually trade structures and patterns, you understand. And if you look at my charts, basically I only draw lines. You get, this was another entry I took on gold that actually missed. You get, this one actually missed, and you can see this is also a falling wedge pattern, you understand, a falling wedge pattern. So that's it, and see you on my next video. Currently I had like 2 current miss entries. I nearly ran mad. NZD and Euro AUD, those ones, they are just trying to frustrate me into not having a dirty December. But time shall tell though. So you can actually join my Telegram channel to get all of this information that I actually possess, and if you are a trader, you can learn 1 or 2 from me. So thank you, and see you on my next video.